All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. All right, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harachakwadash. All right, the one to the apostles and others, that great millstone, who ruled well and taught us this 100% truth. All right, much peace and blessings be unto you. Hopefully, elect out there, pushing out this word of thought, truth, and sincerity. All right, Shalom. It's going to be a transit video, but I want to get on the topic of, Esau's upcoming judgment. Hey, because it's coming soon. This damn devil's got to go out now. Hey, because he's just been committing all these, iniquities throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Since they are the defendants of the earth, it's his blessing. But anyway, this is the book of Job, the 20th chapter, verse 29. This is the portion of a wicked man. A portion meaning his lot. In other words, all right? So, yeah. And who's that wicked man? This damn devil, Esau, Edom, Hey, the scriptures say he's known as a board of wickedness. So, and a heritage appointed unto him. Which that word heritage ultimately goes into, things inherited. Just like the elect, we inherit the blessings of the kingdom, Hey, we got the Lord, we got the Lord on our side. It's always been about us, the Israelite nation. All right, so, it's only been about Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and the Israelite nation. First and foremost, the elect, the elect remnant of the nation of Israel. So, yeah, it's appointed unto him by Yahweh. Hey, because the Lord ultimately is in control of all these things, So, I'm not really supposed to be on the phone, but, through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, I hope I could get it in, Quick lesson. Proverbs the 16th chapter, verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Because ultimately it is a movie unto the Lord's, unto the Lord, to the Lord's sight. Hey, the scripture said the goings of man are but of the Lord, or of the Lord, roughly paraphrasing right there. So ultimately what he's doing is that he's giving Esau this thing, we're basically in travail until the very end. Until Esau gets put out of power. So that's why it says the Lord had made all things for himself. Ultimately it's always been a movie for the Lord. Yea, even the wicked for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. And that day of evil is coming, the day of the terrible day of the Lord. And when he's coming to freaking wreak havoc on this wicked ass place known as America. Not only that, but these certain countries such as China with the communist, with the communism. So this is the book of Proverbs, the 21st chapter, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he goeth. It's all through the Lord's will. So Salaki, just gotta do a turn. All right, so he turneth it whithersoever he goeth. It's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, look at this damn devil with this divine sword in hand. It was that gun. Now it's that what's it called? This jab. Hey, because ultimately, if you do the research or you watch these edifying videos put up for them brothers, and they tell you what's up with what's up inside of the jab. Hey, they tell you, man, all these things that this damn devil has been doing with them. There's the hydra cell. How he's been applying nanobots to it. And hydra cells are practically, immortal. In other words, they can't be destroyed. All right, so the book of Daniel, the 14th chapter, the first chapter, verse 17. The matters by the decree of the watchers and by the demands of the world, where the Holy Ones to the intent of living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdoms of men, and that's straight to the T. The Lord's always been in control of that. Hey, man, he's the one that gives he's the one that gives the orders to establish who gets in the power now. All right, looking back in the times of because the scriptures are manifold. They sometimes either refer to Slack, I'm just having a bit of trouble. They go back and forth, referring to either ancient Babylon or modern day Babylon, which a lot of these things spoken for of these ancient kingdoms are going for this damn place, America, because it retains the same ways as the ancient kingdoms before it, you know. So talks about how, you know, if no one wanted to comply with ancient Babylon, you know, those nations will get cut off, you know, with the sword. It's always been that way, you know. And because the Lord is the one in control, He's the one that gives the people power and vassal states as well, you know. Like ancient Judea, you know, Southern Kingdom, and they had to be a province to Roman empires to show that power, you know, that might. But ultimately, it's the Lord ruling in kingdoms of men, because He's the one doing this. He's the one in control. All right, so and give it to whomsoever He will, and set up the most basest of men. Who's the most basest of men? All right, this damn devil, Edom. You know, and he's the most prideful. You know, he's the most prideful, which is like kind of ironic, because he's the most basest, which he's supposed to, you know, retain that same mindset. But no, he wants to be like the Most High. And you know, and for a season, you know, he was all high and mighty up in works, and people actually glorified him because of that. Even Jake, you know. All right, you got Northern Kingdom like Issachar. They always want to go up here, talking about a better land, you know, a better life. You know, and they ultimately got butthurt when you spoke about when you spoke evil about this damn devil. You know, as if you had some sort of respect for the damn devil that put his ass into captivity. Just bugged out, you know. But ultimately, that's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So the book of Job, the 18th chapter, verse 15, they shall dwell in His tabernacle, because it is none of His. You know, this tabernacle talking about this land. And it says in Sirach, the 10th chapter, verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is being translated from one people to another. Straight to the point. All right? He stole this land, you know? That's always been his history. Just rape, rob, and murder. So, and because it is none of His, you know, it was His for a season, but the earth is not meant to be in His hand, you know? All right? Ultimately, the Israelite nation are supposed to be dominant. You know, they're supposed to be the rulers of the earth. All right, that's why it says in Proverbs the 29th chapter, the people mourn when the wicked beareth rule. Roughly paraphrasing right here, but the people rejoice when the righteous are in authority. You know, just roughly paraphrasing along those lines. But yeah, because it is none of His, brimstone shall be scattered upon His habitation. Ultimately talking about that thermonuclear destruction. And ultimately you have to read above Job, the 20th chapter and verse, Salakia, 18th chapter as well, to understand it fully. But it's really talking about these ICBMs. So, you know, the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Yeah, man. Hey, because ultimately when this man goes into captivity, you know, they're gonna be like, wait, what? Are you fucking for real? It's the same that this fool was the one that put everybody into captivity. All right, either by that dollar bill using that Federal Reserve, or you know, either through conquest, you know, which is why I had those certain occupations in the heathen nations, you know. Hey, they're not gonna be what, but they're gonna freaking, you know, they're gonna be in shock, you know. And this is ultimately his heritage. This is ultimately his upcoming heritage. What is to be earned of him, you know. He's gonna inherit slavery. He's gonna inherit the thermonuclear destruction, and then slavery for 1,000 years, and then boom, he's gonna cook up in a big old bonfire. So the book of Jeremiah, the 29th chapter, verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. And right now we're in captivity, you know, but ultimately we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that those blessings, those promises that the Lord promised us. You know, going back to our forefathers, just Abraham, because he was promised all these things, and he believed this, so that was counted for him for righteousness. You know, so right now we're in a lower state, but the scriptures say, you know, the wicked shall go in his stead, and the lowly shall, roughly paraphrasing right here, but you know, we're the lowly, and we're gonna be in this stead, you know, in power, in this position. But we're gonna rule righteously. Malachi, the 1st chapter, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build desolate places. He done did that, and you still even see buildings being built. You know, the Lord of hosts does say, the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. You know, and they shall call on the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. So the Lord doesn't hate, then why did it say the Lord hates? You know, right here, because indignation is a righteous hatred. You know, and you know, a precept to that would be Jeremiah, the 15th chapter, verse 24. All right, the Lord hath opened his armory. Slacking. The Lord opened his armory. You know, those ICBMs. And hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and of the Chaldeans. You know, these modern day Americans. So the Lord's gonna freaking do a righteous blast. You know, he's gonna wreak havoc on this place, burn it with fire and brimstone. Anyways, after this video was edifying, Lord will continue to push. First and foremost, all I take all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harachak Wadash. Our double honors with the apostles and others at Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this 100% truth. Much peace and blessings spent to you. Hopefully, like out there, bitch, not this word of thought, truth, and sincerity. All right, shalom.